Welcome to my video class. I am Dr. V. SUMATHI, Assistant Professor, DD Coordinator, Department of Microbiology, Annamalai University. Today's topic, characteristics of fungi. Let us see what are the characteristics of the fungi. The characters of the fungi, that is mostly fungi are not plants, it is a eukaryotic. It is mostly does not involved in the that is involved in the photosynthesis. It is non-motile. Most of the fungi are saprophytic. Saprophytic means it depend the other organism for their growth, especially depending the dead organic materials. Absorptive heterotrophs. Absorptive heterotrophs means it depending the other organism for their food. So it get the food from the other organic material or from the any host. So it store the glycogen as a food energy. Bread mold is the example for the saprophytic, especially the heterotrophic fungi. It is not saprophytic, it is a heterotrophic fungi. So this type of fungi get the food from the waste bread, that is from the bread materials. Example for the bread mold, rhizopus. Most of the fungi are decomposer. Decomposer means it decomposes waste organic materials and recycle the nutrients in the environment. Example for the decomposer mostly multicellular fungi except unicellular fungi. Multicellular fungi example is the mushroom, unicellular yeast, example Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The cell wall is made up of chitin. Chitin is a complex polysaccharides. What is thallus means? Thallus is that is the body of the fungi. Hyphae, what is hyphae? Hyphae is a external structure of the fungi. It is a thin filament and this filament can seen under the microscope. Fungi, it is a mostly parasitic fungi. Mostly the parasitic means it is a internal or external parasites. Some of the fungi are predators. Predators means it prey the or capture the prey like roundworms. Some fungi are edible and others are non-edible. Edible means it cannot eatable. That is edible form means it is a eatable form. Poisonous is a non-edible form of fungi. It produces both sexual character means there are two types of reproduction. One is the sexual and another one is the asexual reproduction. Growth best in the mostly commonly the fungi mostly that is grow in the moist means that is wet condition, warm. Mycology, what is mycology? Study of fungi is called mycology. Those who have specialists in the fungi called mycologist. Fungicide is a chemical to kill the fungi. Fungi, there are a lot of fungi, puffball fungi, yeast fungi, mushroom, toadstools, rust, smut, ringworm and molds. Some of the fungi produce the antibiotic. The name is the penicillin. Penicillin antibiotics produced from the Penicillium chrysogenum and Penicillium notatum. What is hyphae? Hyphae is a tubular and it is a continuous cell and it contains cytoplasm and nuclei. So multiple nuclei of cytoplasm without aseptate is called multinucleate and it have a cell wall. The cell wall is made up of chitin. Hyphae and some of the fungi it having a stolon structure. Stolon especially present in the rhizopus fungi. It having the rhizode. Rhizode is a root-like structure. Stolon also, that is a hyphae, long hyphae, and that hyphae it project numerous hyphae. Hyphae it having a septate form. Septate means without that is there are two types of form, septate and aseptate. Septate means that is cross wall, aseptate without cross wall in the hyphae. This septate hyphae, that is the cross wall having the pores, the cytoplasm that are components are moved from the cytoplasms. What is mycelia? Mycelia is a network form of the hyphae. Modification of the hyphae. So the fungi may be classified based on the cell division with or without cytokinase. It is a aseptate or coinocytic mycelium or septate. Septate means that is it having a cross wall. These are the structures it show the septate form of the hyphae and second one is a coinocytic hyphae. Coinocytic means that is it does not having any septate form, cross wall in the hyphae. Hostoria is a special structure that is having some fungi to absorb the nutrients from the host cell. Reproduction, already I told, majorly they are divided into two categories, sexual and asexual. Asexual reproduction, it is a common method, it produces genetically identical organisms. Sexual types, it is mostly the male and female gamete that is fused into give the young one. Spore is a that is the mature, during the maturation it produces a spore. These spores are dispersed in the wind and mostly it is a non-motile. It is a reproductive cell structure. During the favorable condition, these spores form a young one in the suitable place. These slides, that is, it shows the sexual and asexual the reproduction. First one, sexual reproduction, the spores are dispersed in the environment and a favorable place it will germinate and it produces a mycelium. After the mycelium production, it involved in the plasmogamy. Plasmogamy means fusion of cytoplasm, and then it form a dikaryotic stage and it involved in the karyogamy. Karyogamy means fusion of two nuclei and finally it gives a diploid stage, two nuclei. Meiosis, that is cell division, finally it produces spore structures in the environment. Here in the asexual reproduction, that is the spores are first germinate and it produces a mycelium and finally it produces spore structures. After the maturation it produces spores. These spores are dispersed in the wind. Haploid structure, it is a single nuclei, that is it fused to form a 2n, that is called a zygote or diploid nuclei. So, this reaction is called fertilization. The zygote finally produces a spore. Fragmentation is one kind of the reproduction. It is divided into small that is parts, and then these fragments it gives a young one. Budding also one kind of the asexual reproduction. This budding it grows from the mother cells, it produces a young one. Asexual spores, production of spores by single mycelium. Spores may be formed directly from the hyphae or inside the sporangia or from the fruiting body. Fruiting body example, that is the multicellular fungi. Mushroom structure is the example for the fruiting body. It involves the asexual reproduction. The next one, sporangia spore, and this sporangia spore it produces a sporangium on the tip. Within the past few years, that is several groups have been reclassified into the protista, that is the two main one, that is the slime mold and also water mold. Saprobes is a decomposes, already told. Parasite is a, it depends on the other host. Mutualism, it is involved in the mutual benefit, that is both beneficial, both are benefited, example lichens and mycorrhizae. Major groups of fungi, Mycota, Zygomycota, Chytriomycota, arbosicular fungi and Ascomycota and also lichens. Mycota, club fungi, Zygomycota, it is a bread mold, Chytriomycota, chytrids, arbosicular mycorrhizal fungi, mycorrhizas, Ascomycota, sac fungi, lichens, that is a symbiosis. Example, algae and fungi are mutually, they are in the friendly form. Thank you.